Hi, we're back again, and we have a very interesting guest this time, and a guest who brings a lot of joy into the world with music, and that is Mr. Chris Elkins. Let's shake your hands. In the that's the closest we can get today.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I want to tell you how happy I am to have musicians. I love music so much, and I'm interested in how you get your love for music out. And do you write your own music?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, I've been writing my own songs since I was in junior high and high school. And
no kidding.
yeah, I wouldn't say that's my best work back then, but.
Oh, well, it's the beginning, you know. Nothing is perfect in the beginning. That's trial. It's so much trial. You know, if you just everything came out perfect, right? What would you have to do in your life? What would be your challenge? You know,
exactly. No growth.
I know. I just believe how important challenges are.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then we're in a good spot. Yeah, it's been interesting going from playing 3 or 4 nights a week to nothing.
What happened?
This coronavirus shut everybody down.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, I'm still playing. Unfortunately, it's mostly at home and in the studio. We're in the process of wrapping up our new record at Rabbit Hole Studios here in Fresno. So we're getting.
Wow, you've had records before.
I've had little things here and there. This is the first one I've done in years, and really, it feels like my first album. You know, even though I've done stuff with other people, this one's a special project that I'm really proud of, and really proud of the people playing on it.
Is there a name to some of your songs that you could tell me about?
We actually have a video that we're going to be releasing this weekend on YouTube. It's actually called "Pot to Piss In." We actually wrote it. I wrote it in one day, and we recorded the entire song in one day. It's a song that really kind of brings relevance to what's going on right now. You know, a lot of people are scared, and a lot of people are worried about money, and it's really just a song about appreciating what you do have, and but it's also kind of a tongue-in-cheek kind of it's just a fun quasi-country type song. And
if it comes out like that and everything's going, that's your song. It's going to be a big.
It's going to be a fun little video, and then we've got. We're going to be releasing a song called "Walking Papers," which is over half of this country has been in the same spot I've been at one point or another, but you know, going through divorce and stuff like that.
Oh
gosh. Sometimes people roll it in a positive attitude, and sometimes people have that one moment there where you're just like, just give me my walking papers and let me go. So it's like that's another one, and then we also have a song called "I Got in Your Way."
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, that one's a fun one, and then "Under the Gun," "Maybe I'm Not Human." So we're
I like that one.
Yeah, and it's a fun. It's going to be a fun eclectic record because it's got country elements. Got a lot of it's a rock and roll album, but it's got a lot of country elements to it. I've really grown over the last 3 or 4 years. I used to play with a great artist here in town named Gregor Ross, and he introduced me to a lot of amazing country artists. You know, huge Cody Jinks and Whitey Morgan fan. Tyler Childress, a lot of the new guys that, well, they're not necessarily new, but they've really influenced the way that I write music. I really try to write a story about what's going on.
That's great.
So,
you know, you're doing a good thing for lots and lots of people, because you know, music is so healthy. It's so healthy. I had when I was learning to sing, I had a coach who say, she says, if you like music that's coming up in the air, it's nice for you, but it's also going through your body, and it's very healing.
Yeah,
It's very healing for you.
I agree with that. There's definitely spots, especially on this record, where I think being able to vent how I was feeling onto a guitar and get my emotions down on paper and be able to, one, play it, and two, look back at it to be able to kind of free myself up on some of this stuff really is a healing experience. And it's the same thing with hearing the music. And it's funny because there is a difference, I think, sometimes just hearing and feeling the music, even if you're not able to understand the words, that the vibe you get from the music, and then also to what you can draw from somebody's lyrics and their moment in time when they recorded this piece. It's always kind of interesting. That's why it's fun for me to go back and listen to music from the 60s, 70s, 50s, and really.
I even like the 30s and 40s.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of golden nuggets back there where people don't realize the amount of creativity these people had to have with the limited recording. I mean, everybody can do all this amazing work on just a laptop at home now, versus when I first started. My first recording I ever did was in '95, and it was a huge production to be able to get something to where you could actually listen to it on a CD or a tape.
No. The world has changed so much. In many ways, it doesn't change at all, but there's things that influence people.
Yeah.
And it just, whether it's a big group of people or a small group of people, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's been interesting watching the transformation of people being. I mean, some of the simple stuff is just like talking to people about, hey, like 20 years ago, how did we find places without, these, because MapQuest and all these things came out, and it's like certain stuff. It's interesting to think of all the things we take for granted that weren't even around 20 years ago.
Oh yes.
But it's awesome. I mean, everybody's pretty well tethered to whatever device, iPads, iPhones, things like that, computers, pretty well tethered to those things nowadays. And I think that's probably one of the most interesting things, because information is so available. People jump on it and ingest it without taking the time to look to see if it's actually real. And then they get mad about it, post a bunch of stuff on social media, make a mess of things, and then have to retract it. So it's definitely, yeah, it's been an interesting decade to watch.
Well, I see it. I think one of the most important things in life is challenge. Because if you don't have challenge, what do you do?
Yeah, and I think coming up here, and then seeing that they're not going to be allowing music concerts until they come up with a vaccine for this virus scares me, because the way that people make money playing live, and plus just I can't imagine life without live music. So it's going to be a real challenge to see if there's going to be more shows like this that are going to be broadcasting live music for people.
Well, Mike is very, very true to his job. He always gets everything the right way, and prays that the people come in, and we enjoy talking with people.
Yeah.
What, you didn't bring an instrument today?
I wasn't sure what I should bring. Yeah, I would have. It's funny. Mike was my first guitar instructor when I was 10.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was back over off of First and Herndon at the Fresno School of Music, and yeah, and then I actually took a few lessons here. He transitioned over here. I was probably in 7th grade, I think.
Wow, that long ago.
Yeah, I was in
My
7th grade.
gosh.
I took a few lessons here, and yeah, shoot, I think I even remember. How long have you had that turtle, Mike? I was gonna say I took lessons here a few times. I think I remember seeing that turtle and go, "Whoa, that's pretty cool."
Tortoise, right?
Tortoise, right? Cool.
Oh, I love him. He's just beautiful.
Yeah, so I learned a lot from Mike, and yeah, I've been playing for a long time, and I don't even really remember most of my life without playing. You know,
Well, have you guys been able to get together even if you're sitting apart?
yeah, we've done stuff at the recording studio. Everything's a little more segregated at that point,
Yeah.
and we were before all this stuff started hitting. We were actually all together pretty much almost on a daily basis, anyways.
Wow.
So we've kind of kept our little quarantined group. That's been a part of the. There's really only 3 or 4 of us a part of that group, anyways. And we figured we've got a little bit extra time right now, so we're trying to get this new record done and hopefully released in the next month or so.
So, what were you actually performing before this thing?
Yeah, I was playing. I've been playing around town for the last year. I do full band stuff with on the weekends, and then usually during the week I'd play small venues that I would do acoustic shows by myself, just set up and play. So that was my weekly routine. Usually play a show or 2 during the week, and then usually 1 or 2 shows with my full band on the weekend.
That's busy.
Yeah, we played a lot of shows we played some shows for the Blaze, the radio station. We did the Sierra Nights Live and a few other things here and there that have been a lot of fun over the last year. So that we're excited about finally having new T-shirts and the website. That should be up actually tomorrow, and then we'll have the shirts for sale online.
They're a neat design.
Yeah, we've got a couple of different ones. This is the one. I get a flag going. This is our little 3/4 sleeve, and then we've got a different logo with just a regular nice. And these shirts that Ember Inc. Put together are awesome. Tyler did a great job.
So if people would like to have a shirt like that, where would they get it?
Tomorrow, if you go to the website, bigelkband.com, we're hoping to have all that stuff set up this weekend. You can also go to the Big Elk Band on Facebook and just message me, and we can do stuff. Venmo, PayPal, we can do them direct, and then yeah, we were starting to sell them at the shows, but hopefully we'll be selling it at shows soon. Hopefully they'll allow. I'm just hoping that the some of the local bars and smaller venues aren't going to be affected by the. I mean, I can kind of see right away, a 50,000 person venue. It might be a little much right away, but I'm not sure. Some of the local bars where people just will be able to get together and actually, see other people.
I could picture there's like one table there and a table here, and a table here, and you guys separated.
Yeah,
Sort of takes the friendliness out of it.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
but I think that would be better than sitting at home not being able to do anything. And then
Mm.
and I've got a lot of friends that are servers and bartenders, and they're struggling. You know,
Yes.
it's a tough one, and you know. Jackson's Roadhouse is one of the places that's really, you know, helping out their bartenders. I mean, they're closed, and they've been doing web streaming and doing GoFundMe pages to help out their bartenders. It's pretty awesome. So, everybody recognizes that you know, certain people are struggling. You know, it's. But at the same time, it kind of is what it is. We're all in the same boat. We're not gonna. I don't see everything going downhill like the sky is falling with a lot of this stuff. I see a lot of this stuff as a new opportunity. I think people are realizing that they can work from home. Companies can save money. I think that there's a lot of productivity. People from working from home aren't going to be driving their cars as much. Gas prices will go down. Congestion. You know, I think there's a lot of This is the time where you were talking about challenges. Bring ingenuity and creativity to the plate that you wouldn't get without these type of things.
Well, I've been saying for years that, you know, so one day everybody's going to work from their home. Why not? They see each other on Skype, or they don't need to go to work in a building. Of course, that's put a lot of buildings.
There's a lot of commercial property owners that are not going to be enjoying this part.
You never know, but it's really interesting though that you see something you pictured in your mind, and you see it starting to come true, and you say, "Wow."
Yeah,
it could actually happen, you know.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think everything's been in place for so long, but it's just been the social norm that people go to work. You know, and you think of all the benefits of being able to stay at home, and then there's a lot of detractors. There's a lot of people that are definitely are not homebodies, and
well, you just make it look like an office, you know.
So
it's not the kitchen; it's an office.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out over the next really year. I think. You
know what I would like?
What's that?
When they finally free us from being in Mars. Would you come back?
Absolutely.
And bring your instrument, maybe play something for us?
I would love that.
That would absolutely fantastic. Okay. And I just loved having you. I'd like to shake hands with you, but I'm just saying bye.
I appreciate you having us on. I want to thank Mike and everybody here for having me out, and definitely would love to come back.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
And bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that's it for today, and we'll see you next Thursday.